Okay. We're thankful today to have Luke with us. Luke, would you give us your first and last name, please?
Luke Oulahan.
Very good, very good. And Luke, you're from the city of Milwaukee. Where are you from originally?
Yeah, yep. So I was born in Milwaukee, in the northwest side of Milwaukee, and I still live here in the River West area now.
Very good. And then born in Milwaukee, what was your middle school that you attended?
I went to Jackie Robinson.
Okay, okay, very good.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it still it
So
still exists?
they don't exist. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
no problem. Things change.
I
Um,
know.
while you were at Jackie, did you play any sports, any extracurricular activities by chance?
Not for the school. So I played soccer growing up. Pretty much from the time I was 3 until I got to high school, I played soccer. I played a little bit of basketball, in some leagues as a kid as well. But
Oh,
I didn't play through Robinson, any of the organized sports.
okay, okay, very good. What about in high school? Were you involved in any sports or extracurricular activities there?
Yep, yep. So in high school, that's where I started playing football. So I played 4 years of football at Riverside, and I played basketball for 3 years.
Okay, okay, very good. Um, while there in high school, was there anything that interested you outside of sports?
Um, yeah, I mean, I've always been, politically active, so that's always been one of the things that, has had my interest besides, sports and athletics was, politics and community activism and involvement.
Okay, okay. Is there, once you finish that series of your life, obviously you're growing, you're learning. What happened after high school?
So after high school, I went to college at DePaul in Chicago. Um, so, again, there I kind of continued on that political aspect. So I studied public policy and sociology at DePaul. Um, Still participated in sports and stuff like that on the intramural level. So played a lot of intramural basketball, flag football, staying active.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, very good. After you completed your time there, what were you studying?
So I studied public policy and sociology,
Okay,
and I was actually in the first class of our public policy program there. So it was a brand new major. So they were just kind of new as far as like figuring out, what classes to put into a public policy major. So I was kind of like the experimental me, and there were probably about 5 people in our freshman class that were the first group that went through freshman to senior year as a full-fledged public policy major.
okay, okay, very good, very good. And then public policy, when we think about where you are today, after college, what was the direction that you went there?
So I did some stuff still in Chicago, working with Acorn, which is community organizing there. I did a little bit of organizing with one of the SEIU local unions there. It was a lot of hard work. Not a lot of pay for that stuff. So it was one of those things where it's kind of like a rough introduction into the to that kind of world, but it was definitely well worth the experience. Getting out and just being involved in different communities, seeing what some of the issues are in different areas of the city. So it was a great learning experience.
I could imagine. I could imagine. So you graduated with both those degrees that you mentioned?
Yeah, so as a major in public policy, minor in sociology.
Okay, very good. Congratulations. So you finished up. You started doing the work in the community, learning. Just the pros and cons of being in that industry.
Yep.
What transpired after that? Because you didn't do that all the way up until now, correct?
No, so Well, one of the major things for why I came back to Milwaukee was my dad had a brain aneurysm
Oh, okay.
while I was still living in Chicago. So, you know, his health, obviously, he survived the aneurysm, but his health was, severely compromised after that. So I decided to move back to Milwaukee. And then I just got a, regular job when I first moved back here and was, at a job doing work for a Harley Davidson supplier. So we did aftermarket parts, packaging, and distribution for that. So I worked there for a number of years before I decided to get full time back into fitness.
Okay. And what drove you over to the fitness? What drove you in that direction?
A couple things. So one, I had a friend of mine who was playing semi-pro football, and he was like, you should come back and play. It's been a while since you played, but you should come back and play. So I came back and played semi-pro football for 2 years. And in that time, it was like I have to get back in shape because it's been, it was 12 years since I had played at that point any organized football. So like, all right, I have to get back in shape. So it kind of renewed my, dedication to being in the gym. And then people just started like, asking me for advice, fitness advice, because I was always still active, but I wasn't like hardcore into it. But when people started asking me for, workout advice and fitness advice, it kind of became like a thing where it kind of clicked. Like it's something I really enjoy doing. Maybe I should take it a little bit more serious since people are already inquiring about everything. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so you jumped in full time to the fitness instruction. Obviously there's a certification that's associated there. You have your certification and things like that.
yep. So I did a program through a place called the National Personal Training Institute.
Okay.
So basically, they have it's kind of like a in-class training. So a lot of fitness certifications, especially nowadays, are done online.
Okay.
So they're kind of unique that they have different locations throughout the country where you actually do in person training. So they do lecture and then you do training, whether it's with the other people who are getting their certifications or the one I went to was actually in Chicago, so I was commuting back and forth, 4 days a week to Chicago while I was still working another job
Wow.
and doing that. So they had some people in the office building that they were renting space out of who would come down and we'd train them, and that was part of their their perks from their office was they would get access to the gym and they would have access to people who are getting their personal training certifications and would do personal training sessions with them.
Okay. Okay. That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Sounds like some very good hands-on experience. Obviously, their commitment had to be there to commute back and forth to
Yeah.
Chicago. Um, and then you have a business now. So tell us about your current business and what are your goals going forward?
So I opened up my gym, so it's called Sport Fit Milwaukee. I opened up actually, it'll be a year in February. So right around this time last year, I was building out the gym. So the place I'm in, it was a gym previously, so it was fortunate that I had, it was kind of set up to have a gym. There was flooring, there was still some equipment that was here that was left behind by the previous owner. So I had a little bit of like I didn't have to come in fresh and like demo and remodel and everything like that. So that was pretty nice. But I came in, had a vision that I'd been thinking about for a couple of years. So like I said, this time last year, I was, painting the walls and starting to get equipment ordered
Mhm.
and setting everything up. So I opened in February, and then about a month and a half, 2 months later, the COVID stuff started to hit, so I had to shut down. Fortunately, I had a small group of members who had already signed up who maintained their memberships through the shutdown.
Okay.
And I would just come in and I would do video workouts for them, a lot of which you've put out on the YouTube channels, so which is great. But I would just send out video workouts for them during the time that we were shut down, and then once I was finally able to open back up, things have been, picking back up, getting people in for classes on a regular basis. So it's been really good. So as far as the classes that we do, it's strength and conditioning. So I mix it up. Kettlebell workouts, barbell workouts, dumbbell workouts. So it's going to be all types of different stuff, but it's going to be functional movements, things that you're going to use, not just to get in shape, but to, get better at whatever it is you do. So if you're a runner, you still need the strength to become a better runner. If you play league volleyball and you want to get in shape and, be a better volleyball player, we do workouts that are going to be able to help you get that strength and the jumping ability and the endurance to play, so and then again, like people who are a little bit more serious. So I have a couple of guys who played semi-pro football for me, who are coming into the gym to, stay in shape for the football season. So it's, we cater to a little bit of everybody, but it's strength and conditioning, boot camps. We do boxing and kickboxing and yoga.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, this has been wonderful. It is our pleasure, obviously, to promote Sports Fit, and I am saying this to right, Sports Fit MKE.
Sport Fit Milwaukee. Yep, the website is Sport Fit MKE. But yeah, Sport Fit Milwaukee.
Yeah, well, this is brilliant. Well, we hope that the viewers out there will definitely follow along and participate. Where's your gym located?
It's 1134 North Jackson, so pretty much on the corner of Jackson and Juneau,
Okay.
right downtown Milwaukee.
That's right. That's right. So Jackson and Judo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please come and check out Luke and Sports Fit in Milwaukee, sportsfitmke.com. We're thankful to have you on to be able to share your journey with our young people, and hopefully someone follows paths, your path especially. So God bless you. Happy New Year. And please, ladies and gentlemen, check out Sports Fit Milwaukee with Mr. Luke himself.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Brandon.
Thank you, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good. See ya.